Have you ever felt like you had a simple cold, but something just didn't feel right? You have a cough that won't go away. Your throat feels sore. Your body is tired. You think it's just the flu or a seasonal cold. But what if it's something else? Something most people have never even heard about. There is a virus that quietly infects thousands of people every year. Many people don't know its name, but doctors and scientists are paying more attention to it. That virus is called Human Metapneumovirus, also known as HMPV. In this video, we will talk about what HMPV really is, its symptoms, how it spreads, and most importantly, how dangerous it can be. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This channel shares important health information that could help protect you and your family. Now let's begin. First, what exactly is HMPV? Human Metapneumovirus is a respiratory virus. That means it mainly affects the lungs and breathing system. It was first discovered in 2001 by scientists, but researchers later realized that the virus had actually been infecting humans for decades before that. HMPV belongs to the same virus family as respiratory syncytial virus, often called RSV. Both viruses cause respiratory infections and spread in similar ways. For many healthy adults, HMPV may look like a common cold. But for certain groups of people, it can become much more serious. Children under 5 years old, adults over 60, and people with weak immune systems are at higher risk. In some cases, the infection can lead to severe breathing problems or pneumonia. Now you may be wondering something important. If this virus has existed for so long, why are people suddenly talking about it more? The reason is that doctors are detecting it more often now. Modern medical tests can identify viruses more accurately than before. Because of this, hospitals are discovering that many respiratory illnesses are actually caused by HMPV. Let's talk about the symptoms. The symptoms of HMPV are very similar to those of the common cold or flu. This is why many people never realize they have it. Common symptoms include coughing, fever, runny nose, sore throat, nasal congestion, fatigue, and shortness of breath. In mild cases, the illness may last about 1 week. But in more severe cases, especially in young children or older adults, the virus can cause serious lung infections such as pneumonia or bronchiolitis. These conditions can make breathing difficult and sometimes require hospital treatment. To understand how this virus affects people, let me share a short story. A few winters ago, a father noticed that his 4-year-old daughter had a mild cough and fever. At first, he thought it was just a normal cold. Children get colds all the time, so he wasn't very worried. But after 2 days, her breathing became faster and she seemed very tired. Her cough became deeper and she struggled to sleep at night. He decided to take her to the hospital. Doctors performed some tests and discovered that she had an infection caused by Human Metapneumovirus. Fortunately, the doctors treated her early. After a few days of care and rest, she recovered completely. But the doctor explained something important to the father. If they had waited longer, the infection might have turned into pneumonia. This story shows why it is important not to ignore respiratory symptoms, especially in children. Now let's talk about how HMPV spreads. The virus spreads in ways that are very similar to the viruses that cause colds and flu. It spreads through respiratory droplets. When an infected person coughs, sneezes, or even talks, tiny droplets containing the virus can travel through the air. If someone nearby breathes in those droplets, they may become infected. The virus can also spread through surfaces. For example, if an infected person touches a door handle, phone, or table, the virus may remain there for a short time. When another person touches the same surface and then touches their face, the virus can enter the body. Because of this, HMPV often spreads in places where people are close together. Schools, hospitals, offices, and crowded public areas can all become places where the virus moves from one person to another. Now here is another important question. How dangerous is HMPV? For most healthy adults, the infection is usually mild. The body's immune system is strong enough to fight the virus without serious complications. However, the risk becomes higher for certain groups. Infants, elderly people, and people with conditions like asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease may experience more severe symptoms. In these cases, the virus can cause serious lung inflammation and breathing difficulties. Let me share another real-life type of story. An older man in his late 60s started feeling sick during winter. It began with a simple runny nose and mild cough. He assumed it was just a seasonal cold. But within a few days, his breathing became harder. Walking across the room made him feel exhausted. His family took him to the hospital where doctors discovered that he had HMPV. Because he already had a lung condition, the virus affected him more severely. Doctors provided oxygen support and medical care. After about a week, his condition improved and he was able to go home safely. This story reminds us that a virus that seems harmless for one person may be dangerous for another. Now many people ask an important question. Is there a vaccine for HMPV? Currently, there is no widely available vaccine specifically for human metapneumovirus. Scientists are studying the virus and working on possible vaccines, but research is still ongoing. There is also no special antiviral medication designed specifically for HMPV. Most treatment focuses on relieving symptoms. Doctors may recommend rest, hydration, fever control, and monitoring breathing. In severe cases, hospital care may be necessary. Now you might be wondering something else. If there is no vaccine yet, how can we protect ourselves? The good news is that the same precautions used to prevent flu and other respiratory infections can also help reduce the risk of HMPV. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. And if you feel ill, staying home can help prevent spreading the virus to others. Simple habits like these can make a big difference. Also remember that strong immunity plays an important role. Healthy sleep, balanced nutrition, and regular physical activity help your body defend itself against infections. Right now, if you find videos like this helpful, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. We regularly share important health information that can help you stay informed and safe. Now let's talk about something many people do not realize. Almost every child in the world will likely encounter human metapneumovirus at some point during childhood. In fact, studies suggest that most children are infected by the age of 5. However, after the first infection, the immune system learns to recognize the virus. This usually makes future infections less severe. That is one reason many adults experience only mild symptoms. But the virus can still circulate every year, especially during late winter and early spring. Doctors often see seasonal waves of respiratory viruses during colder months, and HMPV is one of them. Another interesting fact is that many infections are never officially diagnosed. People often assume they simply had a cold. Because of this, the true number of infections is likely much higher than reported. Understanding viruses like HMPV helps people become more aware of their health and symptoms. When people recognize early warning signs, they can seek medical care sooner and avoid complications. Knowledge is one of the most powerful tools for protecting health. And that is exactly why videos like this matter. Before we finish, let's quickly review what we learned. Human metapneumovirus is a respiratory virus that has existed for many years. It spreads through coughing, sneezing, close contact, and contaminated surfaces. Symptoms often look like a cold or flu, including cough, fever, runny nose, and fatigue. Most healthy adults recover without serious problems, but infants, older adults, and people with lung diseases face higher risks. While there is no specific vaccine yet, simple hygiene and healthy habits can greatly reduce the chance of infection. Viruses may be invisible, but awareness helps us stay prepared. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with friends and family. It helps us continue creating informative content that keeps people informed about important health topics. Thank you for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.